Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Two shot, one fatally in St. Anne gun attack. A man was shot and killed and another wounded in Freehill, St. Anne on Friday night. Dead is 26-year-old laborer Nathaniel Cammock. Police reports are that around 9:20 p.m., Cammock and another man were standing in the community when they were pounced upon by gunmen who opened fire hitting them. Residents alerted the lawmen and both men were taken to hospital. Cammock later succumbed to his injuries. The other man was admitted. Investigations are ongoing. Man shot to death in St. James attack. A man was shot to death moments after driving up at his home in Norwood, St. James on Friday night. He has been identified as 26-year-old Akin Smith, otherwise Skalmacher, of Albion Lane in the parish. His girlfriend, who was in the vehicle, reported a pick-up an undisclosed injury while trying to escape. Reports are that about 11:45 p.m., a group of armed men attacked Smith and his girlfriend as they arrived home at Lily Crescent in Norwood. Smith received gunshot injuries and was later assisted to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. He was pronounced dead. The woman is being treated. Delivery driver arrested following 29 million drug bust at St. James Airport. A 49-year-old delivery driver was arrested following the seizure of 5 kilograms of cocaine found in his luggage at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James on June 8. The man, who is said to be from Thornton St. Elizabeth address, is accused of breaches of the Dangerous Drug Act. Reports from the Narcotics Division are that around 3 p.m., a man went to the airport attempting to board a flight departing to London, England. He was stopped by detectives and his luggage was searched. During the search, the drugs, with an estimated street value of over Jamaica 29 million, were found concealed in his luggage. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. JDF soldier dies in Kingston crash. A 31-year-old Jamaican Defense Force JDF soldier died following a motor vehicle crash on the Palisades Main Road in Kingston early Saturday morning. The Army says details are still being gathered. The crash occurred about 1 a.m. while James Roper was driving a blue motor car towards Norman Manor International Airport, according to Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Kerry Mackenzie, head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch. On approaching the roundabout, for some reason, he did not make the left to continue around the roundabout but instead went over into the roundabout where he collided with a piece of concrete and the vehicle got damaged and he was injured, Mackenzie reported. Roper, who was from St. Andrew, was the only person in the vehicle. He was pronounced dead at hospital. ACP Mackenzie said the cause of the crash has not been established and that there will be checks to, among other things, determine whether there were any defects to the vehicle. Pistol ammo seized in Whitehall, Negril. A pistol with a magazine containing 1 round of ammunition was seized during an operation in Whitehall, Negril on Friday. Reports from the Negril police are that about 2:30 p.m., lawmen were on a targeted operation when an area was searched. During the search, the pistol and ammunition were discovered. One person was taken into custody in relation to the seizure. Investigations continue. 2 more persons arrested in probe of Birmingham attacks. The police have arrested 2 more persons in the ongoing probe of a series of multi-million-dollar robberies perpetrated against private security company Birmingham Limited. Head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Criminal Investigations Branch, Senior Superintendent Cleon Marge, has confirmed the developments. "I'm sitting in front of the suspects and their attorney. We are doing some interview," he told reporters Saturday afternoon. He declined to provide any further details, so it is not clear to which incident the arrests are connected. Curry team from Birmingham, which is owned by one of the largest private security firms in Jamaica, have been attacked on at least 5 occasions in the last 12 months, 4 of which took place within the last 4 months. February 27, gunmen killed a security guard and injured 2 others before making off with 10 million in cash at the Portmore Pines Plaza in St. Catherine. The guards were attempting to serve an automated machine at the JN Bank. March 19, guards serving the Scotia ATMs at the Portmore Pines Plaza were attacked by criminals who made off with 23 million. The driver of the caravan and 3 other crew members were shot and injured. One man, Shemari, from Spanish Town in the parish, has been charged in the incident, 6 other persons, including an employee, were taken into custody in relation to the robbery. April 5th, gunmen ambushed and attempted to rob an armored Burlum vehicle on a roadway in Balaclava, St. Elizabeth. Lieutenant Commander George Overton, head of the corporate communications of Guardsmen Group, which owns Burlum, said no one was injured in the incident and no money was stolen. April 29, security guard resisted a gun attack from criminals in an attempted robbery in Albion St. Thomas. The guards were attempting to service an ATM at the gas station. Overton said no money was stolen, but one of the guards was injured by the impact of a bullet to his vest. June 8, 2022, a Curve vehicle was then reported to develop mechanical difficulties along Jackson Road in Wellington Town, Kingston, was allegedly robbed of more than $20 million. Old O'Mill Richards, otherwise called Killquick, was charged later that month. This year's incidents triggered days of inconvenience for customers who would not access funds at the financial institutions, and the company revised their system. Burlum announced in May that a specialized multidisciplinary investigation team was appointed to go after criminal groups that have been targeting ATMs and cash-in-transit operations. And the government is in expedite amendment to the Private Security Regulation Authority to enable further specialized training and equipping of security officers amid attacks. Guardsman employs approximately 2,867 employees, according to the figures of the PSRA's website. St. Catherine laborers accused of stealing $4 million worth of copper wires freed. 3 laborers accused of stealing copper wires valued at $4 million were freed in the St. Catherine Parish Court after the prosecution offered no evidence. Those freed are Russian Person, Ricardo Weatherburn, and Daniel Watson, all of Spanish Town addresses. Attorney at law Andrew Graham argued that the case against the men were weak and that the trial has been stalled for years. Graham noted that the case has been on the priority list since 2020. He argued that the situation is unfair to the men and that the matter should be dismissed. No evidence was offered by the prosecution. Parish Court Judge Natalie Dixon upheld the submission and dismissed the case. It was alleged that on December 16, 2019, the 3 men were held with copper wires along St. John's Road in St. Catherine. An investigation was launched by the police and telecommunications company Flow was identified as the owner of the copper wires. The 3 men were eventually charged. The case was set for trial but faced several postponements. MP Hilton appeals for emergency funds to clear Sandy Gully exit. Member of Parliament of Western St. Andrew is urging the government to allocate emergency funds for the immediate clearing of the Sandy Gully exit and all channels leading to the Dehaney River in his constituency. Urgent intervention, he says, is needed at the section where the Dehaney and Fresh River meets. Hilton says heavy rainfall over the past week has significantly increased the risk of major flooding in several communities along Spanish Town Road, New Haven, Riverton, Seaview Gardens, Brook Valley, and sections of Washington Gardens. He says the allocation of $1 million per constituency for drainage cleaning is inadequate to deal with critical waterways like Sandy Gully, which carries stormwater from Upper St. Andrew through Lower St. Andrew to the sea. The money he referred to is part of the over $300 million set aside this fiscal year for the National Works Agency to lead drainage work in all 63 constituencies. There are 2 other payments to come this year. The government recently invested in the clearing of the head of the gully, which is located in the Northwest constituency of the Finance Minister, but has failed to clear the exit, causing water to accumulate, threaten the lives and property of residents in the Western St. Andrew, asserted opposition lawmaker in a statement on Saturday. Hilton further notes that the affected areas are primarily inhabited by vulnerable residents within the corporate area. The MP has also appealed to residents in flood-prone areas to take all necessary precautions in anticipation of additional heavy rainfall and potential flooding.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.